was just a radio. Okay, mentirosa. Next. I'm like, alright, so sis is really lying to me. Like, she really thinks I'm stupid. Like, that's crazy. Then she had put up a picture of herself and the geotag said Hershey. So she had called me again, or I had called her, and I'm like, what are you doing in Hershey? And she was like, oh, Green's mom missed her exit in Jersey and we ended up in Pennsylvania. I was like, you can't miss one exit in Jersey and end up in PA. I'm like, no, you can't do that. And now I definitely know you can't do that. So I was like, oh, it's like that. So I went to go do my shit. Like, I went to go hang out with my ex because she was doing the same exact thing. She was hanging out with her ex, knowing how her ex felt about her. And I was like, I'm not gonna sit in this house by myself, bored, dick crying and boo-hooing because she felt like her ex was more important than me. No. Okay, cool. You want to go be with your ex? I'm going to do the same exact thing. So I went to go hang out with my ex at the time. And like I said, me and him, we were just friends. Like, we were not doing anything. At least I don't remember us doing anything that day. I could be wrong, but I don't remember. I think that day we just talked and like watched movies and like cuddle and stuff like that. Like, a friend of mine had a Snapchat that she had added in order to creep on her nigga Snap because, you know, niggas was blocking you from seeing their shit on Snapchat. And I see all these pictures of Dunkin' Donuts girl with my ex, and it's like Dunkin' Donuts girl and her mom and my ex, Dunkin' Donuts girl and her sister and my ex, and they're in Hershey Park. So I'm like, espérate. So I take my ex's phone and I take a picture of my phone with the picture on it, obviously because, you know, Snapchat tells you when you screenshot, and I sent it to myself because sis, you want proof? I got your proof. Spent the day with my ex, and then after I had hit up Brianna and I'm like, oh, what time do you get off of work or whatever? She was like, oh, well, me and Jay, we're gonna chill in the city for a little bit, like just come over here and then we could just all go back to the house together. I'm like, okay, cool, because I need to tell y'all what's going on. So I go meet them up and I tell them, and they're like, oh, so what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm leaving her because she's a liar. Like, she does just be lying to me for no fucking reason. And they were like, okay. My ex calls Jay and is like, oh, where you guys at? Like, I've been here for mad long and it's raining. None of y'all have been picking up my phone call, blah blah blah. Like, I'm going home because it's raining and I'm outside, this, that, and the third. So I'm thinking it's fucking late, I don't gotta deal with her today because she going home. Well, we walk up to the building and sis is right there. I thought you said you couldn't come back out because you went home and your dad. And she was like, don't talk to me, I'm mad at you right now. I was like, you should be the last one to be mad about anything. So we get to the apartment and I automatically go charge my phone. And Jay and Brianna, they're like, oh, we're gonna go get something to drink. Obviously, they just wanted to leave us alone. So I'm like, oh, how was your concert? And she was like, oh, it was good. I'm like, oh yeah, it was. I had a good time too. You want me to show you what I did today? So I get my phone and I start sliding through all the pictures of her and Dunkin' Donuts girl. And I'm like, but the concert was great, right? And she was like, yeah, it was. I'm like, you're such a fucking liar. So fucking mad because she really just sat there and was like, yeah, the concert was fun. Bitch, you didn't go to no fucking concert. Like, what the hell? I'm like arguing with her and I'm like, yo, you gotta go. You gotta leave. Like, I really don't want to see your face right now. Like, you gotta go, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm not leaving. Like, we gotta talk about this. I'm like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, it's over. Like, we're not having this conversation. And I kept trying to like walk away from her because I'm arguing with you, or like if we're arguing and then I walk away, that means I don't want to have this conversation anymore because I'm gonna say something that's gonna hurt your feelings, or I'm gonna act a way that I do not want to act. So I'm going to calmly walk away so nothing happens. You feel me? Sis was not trying to let me leave. Like, she was not trying to let me walk away, nothing. So she kept grabbing me and trying to like pull me to talk to her, and that got me tight. And I will forever say that I'm wrong for this because I should have never done this. I did put my hands on her, but it wasn't anything crazy. Like, I ain't beat her up. I just hit her a couple of times because she was getting me tight and she kept grabbing me after I told her to not fucking grab me. Multiple times. She kept grabbing me and I'm like, bro, coño, que tú no oyes, diablo. After we had like our little argument, I told her that I don't want to be with her anymore. I was like, it's over. Like, you're a liar. Like, not only that, like, you left your girlfriend, you left her to go hang out with somebody else that you know has a crush on you. Like, you literally just picked another bitch over your girl, and since you feel like she was more fun, go hang out with her and leave me alone. And she was like, no, we need to have a conversation, like, we need to talk. It ended up just being us not being together. Pero yo soy media estúpida. Ahora no, pero antes yo era media, tú sabes. And I took her back like a fucking idiot, like a dummy. I told her, I was like, listen, I need some time apart because I don't trust you. Like, I don't want to be around you. Like, every time I think about you, I think about things that you could be doing with this girl, and it's just gonna make me hate you. So give me my time, give me my space. I just need my time away from you so I can do what I need to do for myself in order to get my mind right, so I don't hate you. And sis was not trying to give me that space. Like every time you hit me up after I tell you to leave me alone, it's making me grow resentment towards you. Like, it's really making me like pissed off. Like, it's getting me tight because you're not listening to what I'm telling you that I need. It was like whatever to her, like she ain't care. And I had went to a barbecue slash birthday party for a friend of mine. It was around her house, and I had told her about it because, like I said, we were still talking. So I had told her, she was like, okay, after you get out the party, since you're gonna be drinking, call me and I'll come pick you up to take you to the cab base. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I call her to tell her that everybody's getting ready to leave, like to come pick me up or whatever, so we could walk together. And she's like, okay, cool, but I just gotta tell you something, that I'm with somebody. I'm like, who are you with? And she was like, Dunkin' Donuts girl. I'm like, so don't come. I'm like, you good, do not come. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, no, don't come. Because if you're gonna come with this girl, do not come, bro. You know I don't like her. You know she do not like me. And you knew that you was gonna come get me, so why would you bring her? Tell her to go home. And she was like, no, I'm not gonna tell her to go home. Like, we just started chilling. I'm like, okay, cool, so then don't come over here. Like, I don't know what you thought this was. This comes with the girl, like, and I'm like, yo, pero que esta muchacha es como media estúpida, de verdad. Like, you really dumb. So I'm arguing with her. I'm like, why would you bring her? Like, you know how I feel about her. And she was like, oh, Ashley, chill out. Like, you're drunk. You need to calm down. And the girls in the background like, yeah, sis is drunk. Like, she's drunk, and that's why she's talking shit. Like, bitch, no, I'm not drunk. I will still knock you the fuck out, drunk or sober. Like, what it is. Let me know. She's in the back, like, talking her shit on the phone. Like, yeah, side bitches winning. I'm like, at least you know you a side bitch, sis. And I was like, that's fine, because if you kiss her, if you do anything with her, you're just tasting my juices. So you could go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. And she got mad because, you know, people hate when you talk about their juices in their mouths, but it's true, bro. Because who you think she was fucking? Like, and we like arguing back and forth, and then we get to my ex's block, and I'm like, you can leave. I was like, you can go home, you could go do whatever it is that you're doing. I'm going to wait for Brianna, because I had called Brianna. I told her that I didn't want to go home just because of like the way I was feeling, and then I was drunk, and I told her that my ex had brought Dunkin' Donuts girl, so she was like, just stay right there, I got you, I'm coming. So Brianna comes, tú sabes, she comes straight away, loyalty, that's my bro, her and Jay, loyalty. Dunkin' Donuts girl, she's talking all this shit, like she's just talking. I'm like, sis, if you want to fight, we could fight. Like, we're right here, there's literally nobody but me, you, and my ex. Like, if you really wanted to fight, we could fight. And she's like, oh, I'm not gonna fight her because she's gonna try to come at me. She's gonna try to run up on me and hit me. I'm like, but I'm telling you that I'm going to hit you. Like, come, let's fight. Like, I'm telling you that I wanna fight you. So why is it that you are still on the phone? I'm like, put your phone down. I'm like, put your keys down, so then you won't be like, oh, I was trying to run up on you while you was distracted. Put your shit down, bro. Come on, like, it's fighting. Like, I was ready. So then Brianna comes, and she's like, actually, nah, like, we not fighting, chill. And she's like calling my ex stupid, obviously, because why would you do that? You know that we don't fuck with each other. Dunkin' Donuts girl, she get happy when her family comes. Sis done called her whole ass family for me and Brianna. For 2 people, she called like 5 people. Dunkin' Donuts girl mom was like, y'all really gonna fight with some pussy, this time the third one. Like, I was like, ain't nobody trying to fight her anymore. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what is what it is. But you know, she was trying to be, a little bunny, trying to be all happy or whatever. And she tried to attack me by going out, like, running through her family. But I saw her coming, so psych, sis. No, she did not hit me. And Brianna had like taken us apart, and Brianna had my back towards the car. And Jay was like trying to talk to Dunkin' Donuts girl and her family or whatever, like trying to calm shit down. And Dunkin' Donuts girl, I don't know where she came from, but she run around and she like hit me. First off, Brianna had my hands. I was pinned against the car, and when sis hit me, nothing. Like, literally all I felt was like a slap, maybe. I was like, sis, if you was gonna hit me when I wasn't looking, you should have knocked my shit the fuck out. But then, you know, Brianna took me. She was like, let's go. Like, we ain't gonna deal with this, da-da-da. So we left. And Dunkin' Donuts girl was on Facebook talking about something. She gave me a black eye when she never did. I ain't never got a black eye, sis. So what? Let me not say never. Telling my ex, like, bro, tell her to stop talking about me. She's like, oh, I can't tell her what to post on her social media. I'm like, all right, but she's talking about me, bro. Tell her to stop talking about your girl. Because when she was dealing with Dunkin' Donuts girl, or whatever. Dunkin' Donuts girl used to hit me up on Kick too, like, you don't care about her, you ain't worried about her, I'm always feeding her, giving her food, giving her what she needs, this, that, and the third. And I would be like, I'm not her mom, like, I am her girlfriend. I'm supporting her whatever she needs, but I'm not her mother. Like, she'd be like, oh, you don't care about her, like, she be starving and I'm feeding her. First of all, sis, you know Dunkin' Donuts have like them Dunkin' Donuts perks or whatever. So she used to give her Dunkin' Donuts perk card and have her eat Dunkin' Donuts. First of all, that's not real food, bro. So what are you talking about? You used to feed her. Feed her what? Like paper? The fuck? She had stopped talking to her, but I just wasn't feeling her anymore. And I had told her, like, I'm not feeling it. Like, we just need to, like, be apart, because I couldn't trust her anymore. Like, I couldn't trust anything about her. Like, I just wanted a break. And I would ask her for a break. I just need a week by myself. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I'm not fucking anybody. I'm not kissing anybody. I literally just needed a week to myself so I can get my head together. I can get my head right, because I hate you right now. Like, I really have mad resentment towards you. Deadass did not even give me like 5 days before she started talking to me. She gave me a day and a half. And then she hit me up talking about something she missed me. And I was like, you keep doing this. I'm like, bro, I need my space. So because she didn't want to give me my space, resentment towards her, my hate just kept growing and growing until I just did not care anymore. Like, I was just over it. Summer passed, I went back to school, started my sophomore year of college, and I had started working. So I was going to class like Monday through Thursday, and then like from Thursday to Sunday, I was working at Chipotle. And I was telling her that because I have this job that I can't go see her as much as I did before when I did not have a job. When all I was doing was going to school. Like, I just went to school Monday through Thursday, and then I would leave Thursday night to go see her and spend the whole weekend with her. And I told her that it was not going to be the same because I have a job now. And she was not understanding that. So she kept like coming at me for that. Like, oh, she was like, oh, you're not trying to see me or whatever. You probably just doing your thing over there. Like, you don't love me. You don't care about me. Blah, blah, blah. So I noticed that I was kind of being a little bitch. So I told her, I was like, we can spend a weekend together. Like, I'll request off from work. I'll come Friday and leave Sunday. Like, we'll spend the weekend together. We'll talk about whatever we need to talk about, all that stuff. And at this point in our relationship, we would just argue all the time. And the only time we would not argue is when we were having sex and then after we had sex. And I was just tired of that because that's not a relationship, bro. That's toxic as hell. So I'm like, no, I don't want that shit. That Friday that I was supposed to go see her, I think it was a Friday, I think it was a Thursday. I don't know. That day that I was supposed to go see her, I had packed my bags and everything. I just wanted to watch the girls' basketball game before I left. You feel me? Support her. Go Mercy Mavericks. Woo woo. Oh, I used to want to watch the girls play basketball. She called me. She's like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just watching the girls' basketball game. And then after that, I'm gonna hop on the train and go see you. And she was like, oh, why are you watching their game? Shouldn't you be on your way to me? And I'm like, I'm coming after the game. And she was like, no, fuck out of here, you should be coming, you should be on your way now, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch the game first and then I'm gonna come see you. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. So I hung up the phone because I'm not dealing with this. Like, time that she was dealing with Dunkin' Donuts girl and the time where we were just like not working, like this time frame, she used to lie and be like she was having seizures. And it's funny that nobody but like maybe like 3 people saw her have these seizures. She'll call me, she'll be like, oh, I just had a seizure. And I'm like, oh, that's funny, porque cuando tú estás conmigo, nunca veo no seizures, pero ahora que tú estás conmigo, seizures, dique. We got into this argument and I was like, I'm not coming. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna come see you today because, to be honest, I'm not gonna go all the way over there for us to be sitting next to each other, mad at each other, not talking. The only time we're gonna have a conversation is if we have sex. No. And then we're gonna act like everything is okay and we're gonna go right back to square one. I'm not trying to have that. And then she was like, oh, that's not what's gonna happen. Just come, like this, that, and third. And I'm like, no, I'm not coming. Like, that's it. I had already set my mind that I was not coming. I was like, we could try again tomorrow. Okay? And she called me like a couple of hours later and she was like, oh, I just wanted to let you know that I'm in the hospital. And I'm like, whoa. I was like, what happened? How are you in the hospital? She told me there's a seizure or something. I can't remember what she told me, but it was probably a seizure. I don't know. I'm like, oh, so if you're in the hospital, FaceTime me. And she was like, what do you mean FaceTime you? FaceTiming you in the hospital, right? And she's like, no, I'm not FaceTiming you. Like, why can't you just trust me? And I'm like, why can't you just FaceTime me? Exactly. That's why I can't trust you, because you can't just FaceTime me. And then she kept like going back and forth, like, oh, whatever, like, you don't care about me, you don't love me, this, that, and the third. Then I had her cousin hit me up on some, oh, you're a fucked up person because you're not worried about her, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, no, that's not it. Her cousin had hit me up like, oh, you're fucked up, you're not caring about her. And I'm like, oh, well, if you're gonna come pick me up, then I'll go see her. Her cousin was like, oh, well, visiting hours are over, so I could come get you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, that's fine, 9 o'clock, you can come pick me up. And then her cousin is like, cool, that's fine, I'm gonna come pick you up at 9. I'm like, I 9 o'clock. So I text him at 9 o'clock, no reply, no nothing. Then she go hit my phone talking about some, oh, you're fucked up. You didn't even come see me. You're not even worried about me, blah, blah, blah. You don't really love me, this and the third. And I was like, bro, coño, tú jode. Your cousin was supposed to come pick me up and he didn't. So you just ask him what the hell happened, not me. You asking the wrong person. I don't know what happened. Like, I was supposed to be on my way to you. He ain't show up because he was not real. I think we had officially like just stop. You know what, this is not working. I remember that she had broken up with me and I was so happy because I just did not know how to do it. She was just like, I don't want to be with you anymore, whatever. And I'm like, cool. Yes. When I tell you I didn't even cry, bro, no, not one tear. I was dumb happy. This relationship, and I started talking to this girl named Shay or whatever. And me and Shay, we like clicked, easy to talk to. Like we were just having conversation. We had not done anything. We was on FaceTime a lot, and I met her like one time. It wasn't anything crazy. Like we were just talking. We were getting to know each other. This Instagram and the Snapchat had followed Shay. And she had told me, she was like, oh, like I had this random ass Instagram follow me. She's like, okay, I'm gonna add it just in case. So this Instagram started texting Shay, and Shay told me, like when they were talking to each other, she told me that they were talking because she wanted to know who this person was. And I'm like, okay, cool. So this Instagram had texted Shay and had told her like, oh, let me get your number. I want to call you or whatever. So the Instagram called Shay. They had a conversation and the Instagram was like, oh, I'm gonna text you through iCloud or whatever, through iMessage. And Shay was like, okay, cool. So when the Instagram texted Shay through iMessage, my ex's iCloud popped up. The way my ex spells her name is very unique. So if you put her name on Instagram, the way her iCloud was, you couldn't find her. Like that, point blank period. Like you're gonna find her. So Shay was like, bro, get your ex. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like what's going on? And she tells me what happened, and she tells me like what was going on. Shay is telling me what's going on. Yo, I swear it was like fucking clockwork. Shay was telling me what was going on. My ex's iCloud hit me up like, who's this? I'm like, who's this? So the iCloud was like, isn't this Ashley or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, who's this? And they were like, oh, don't worry about it. Mind your fucking business. I'm like, well, you texted my phone, pero and I was like, and you using somebody's thing that I know, so you need to back the fuck up. Stop messaging me. As soon as that message stopped, my ex called me like, oh, if you get a random text message from my iCloud, wasn't me. I gave my iCloud to somebody else because she said she needed it to download an app or whatever for school or something like that. And I was like, you gave your iCloud that has your personal information to somebody else that you're not even really that close with? Because when I tell you I never heard about this girl, I think she told me the girl's name was like Crystal or something. I don't know. I ain't never hear her talk about no Crystal, never. So I was like, what are you like, why? Like, why would you do that? And then she was like, no, she just needed it for the app, this and the third. I'm like, okay. And then I hang up the phone or whatever. Then my ex calls me again. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about the situation. Like, because I was tight. Because she was like, I'm not dealing with no ex drama. Like, I'm not dealing with drama. So if you have drama in your life, like, you got to go, like, I'm sorry. Like, you're cool and I want to fuck with you, but not with this dramas. And I understood where she was coming from because this bitch is crazy. Like, I was mad. So my ex was like trying to talk to me and I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to have this conversation with you. Like, leave me alone. She was like, it's not my fault. The girl, she just told me that she wanted to talk to this girl that she was talking to. I'm like, oh, what girl? She's like, oh, this girl named Shay, this, that, and the third. I'm like, that's the girl's name. And she's like, yeah. So she told me that her name was, and that's how I knew she was lying, because Shay, that's not her name. That's her nickname. Like, her name was longer than that. So that's why I was like, you just made that Instagram, added her, and because she has Shay on her as her name on Instagram, that's why you said that. Like, bitch, I ain't stupid. Like, I'm dumb tight. I'm not trying to have this conversation with this girl. She keeps calling me and I keep hanging up. And I'm like, if you call me again, I'm blocking you, sis. Like, deadass, like, stop calling me because I'm not trying to have this conversation with you. So she's like, all right, whatever. The conversation is done. Then it was either the next day or a couple of days later. So this Instagram, she just texted me. She was like, oh, I just wanted to tell you that your ex is non-responsive and I don't even know what's going on. The last time I checked, she didn't have a heartbeat, this, that, and the third. I'm freaking out because, like, well, I wasn't freaking out too much, but I was freaking out on the inside because I'm like, did something really happen to her? And I'm like, is this bitch lying to me or is she telling me the truth? Because in my heart, I was like, yo, I really hope that she's not lying to me because that's some fucked up shit. Like, you literally just told me that you died. Like, you basically told me that you died and then you just had some random ass person that I have no idea who they are to tell me that you died. So I'm like, let me see if this is true. I hit up like her other friends which at the time we weren't as close. So I had hit up Jay and I was like, oh, can you tell me what happened with my ex? Because somebody told me that she died. Jay was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I can't tell you that because your ex told me that she doesn't want you to know what's going on or whatever. Like, she feels like it's not your business. I'm like, oh, she told you that. And Jay was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, está bien. Because Graham Crystal was like, she's unresponsive. She cannot have a conversation. She's basically dead. So how she told you that she doesn't want me to know anything when she was unresponsive, dead. No heartbeat, nothing. I was like, coño, pero que la gente de verdad. And then after that, I was just like, fuck this bitch. Like, she is a liar. She does not deserve absolutely anything that I gave her. She did nothing. So she just kept like trying to get me back. So she would like hit me up and be like, oh, I want this back. Oh, I want my sweater back. I want my shirt back. I'm like, okay, cool. So I packed up all her shit, put it in a plastic bag, and I was like, I get off of work at this time. You can meet me at the train station, and I'll give you your shit. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, here you go. And she was like, oh, we're not gonna have a conversation. We're not gonna talk first. Like, I'm like, there's nothing to talk about. Doing your thing. I'm living my life. You're a pathological liar. You lie about everything, and I don't need this in my life. Like, she literally used to lie about everything. Like, I used to be like, oh, what are you having for lunch? She'll be like, oh, I'm having a steak. She'll be having like a chopped cheese. Sis, pero diciéndome esa mentira pa' qué? Like, where was lying gonna get you in this relationship? Nowhere. That was my story time of the craziest relationship I've ever been with. Thank you for tuning in to my mukbang that I ain't even really eat / story time. If you ever had a crazy relationship like mine, make sure you guys give this a thumbs up because crazy people, they keep going. They keep coming around and around. Telling you, don't let them back in your life. Porque yo dejé que esta muchacha siguiera mi vida like 4 times after I should have already broken up with her. Like, literally, every time I should have broken up with her, I stayed with her like a dummy. And that's why I ended up in the situation that I ended up in. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys comment down below and let me know what you guys thought about this video. Do you want another video like this? Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.